Good day, happy travelers. Seven Continents Travel Agency here today, fresh back from my first ever Alaskan cruise, providing a review of a highly sought after excursion that we did in Juneau, Alaska, titled Mendenhall Glacier Whale Watching and Wildlife Quest. This spanned probably 40, 50, maybe 60 miles in all. The cruise terminal is here in Juneau. We hopped on a car and drove out to this dock here where we boarded a boat, went out to sea to look at whales. Then it took us back to this port where we got back on our bus and went up to the glacier, which is here. And so we got to see a lot of the landscape, which is really part of the excursion, a bonus. It's everything you think Alaska would be and more. This is the boat that we got on. And unlike yesterday's boat in Sitka, actually run by the same company, Allen Marine, this boat actually had clean windows down here. But you had the opportunity up here to get some pictures. So the boat was plenty big, held all of us food, snacks, big cans of water. It was a really cool boat, much better than yesterday's boat. So here we go. First part was whale watching, and I didn't get as good as pictures. The whales were just as plentiful in Sitka as they are in Juneau. My pictures didn't really come out as good, but I kind of took it in this time just to really be part of the whales. So for a couple hours we were out and around looking at whales. I just, took it all in at this point. Took some pictures, but took it in, and then I'm a sucker for a lighthouse. So we saw a lighthouse and we took some pictures. So if you're going on this to see whales, they guarantee it. Otherwise, you get $100 refund towards your excursion cost. But that's how confident they feel that you will see a whale. And we saw 3 different families of whales. Families, like these things are in pods of 4, 5, and 6. So you will see whales. That's part of it. Next up, we headed off to the glacier here. Now, I thought, my head-to-heads, Mendenhall Glacier, I knew I was going to be able to see it. I thought we were going to be a little closer. That's just me. We ended up here at the trailhead here, and we were probably a couple miles from it anyway. Yeah, about 2 miles. Great view of it, as you saw in my leading picture. But you will be dropped off here, and it's important to note that you will have a very specific set amount of time here as the rules of the park. The bus will drop you off. The bus can only stay parked for a fixed amount of time. Pay attention to the lady or the person at the front of the bus talking. You'll have a couple options once you're here. You can do the little trail, which will take you to a place to get some pictures, or you can do the longer trail that will take you to Nugget Falls. Although it doesn't look like from Nugget Falls you would have a better visual of the glacier. I think next time, there was a bunch of helicopters going up here. Yeah, they were $1,000. Next time I'm going onto the glacier though. So here's the view as we got closer. There's the glacier, and the helicopters were landing up here. This is the closest that I got. Here's Nugget Falls. The trail ends here. The reason I suspect you might not get that good of a view of a glacier is this kind of jets out, and the glacier's here. You might be able to see this part, but I don't know if you'd be able to see the whole thing here. So this was a bucket list item for me. I wanted to see the glacier. A glacier. As a matter of fact, on this cruise, I got to see another glacier a little bit up the road. But this is pretty cool. You can see these little ice chunks here. The ice is coming all the way down. It was a really cool, just a really cool experience. And this blue, I guess a chunk just broke off the other day. So this is like the blue, like it's rare, I guess, to see this color of blue. So anyway. A really cool moment. I just made sure to just take it in and paused and looked, and this area here was well traveled, but you could always get your selfies in and whatever, and it was absolutely fantastic. Once that was over, the bus, unlike the previous day in Sitka, where it just kind of dropped you off in the middle of town, nowhere near the cruise port, this actually does. I like this one because it did return me back to the cruise port, and there we just shopped. If you are traveling on Celebrity, they do let you bring water and other beverages on board. Water and soda. You can't bring alcohol, of course, but water and soda is permissible. There were some food stands here where they were selling it for $1 a piece, which is 75% cheaper than what the cruise line is selling for. We ate right here. There was a nice little seafood place. I got some salmon chowder. Fish and chips were fantastic. My kid had a burger. So there was traveling in a party of 8. So there was literally something for everybody, while my other members in my family did a pub crawl. So if that's your speed, you're able to do that here and enjoy that as well. Otherwise, we just walked around, did some gift shopping. Kind of reminded me a little bit of maybe a non-tropical St. Martin. There was just some good shopping around. And then right here on this road, there is 2 things of note: a coffee shop, which served good coffee, and then Jellyfish Donuts. Now, it's not Jellyfish Donuts. It's just the name Jellyfish, and they sold donuts. These were very, very good donuts. The dough, the frosting is frosting, right? Sugar is sugar. But the dough wasn't like Krispy Kreme's where you eat it and it evaporates, or it wasn't like Dunkin' Donuts. And at least here in Georgia, my Dunkin' Donuts experience is very similar to eating day-old bread that's been left out on the counter. It's a very stale donut. I'm making it sound like I'm a donut connoisseur, and team, I am. I live for a good donut. This donut was obviously fresh, but is also kind of a nice, thick. Is kind of a thicker dough. Anyway, I recommend trying it. They had a bunch of different flavors. It's not cheap donuts, but they are big donuts, and so it was a good time. If you get back early enough, you could walk down here, and I believe it was about $49.95 a person. There is a tram you could take to go up down here to get a view of the landscape and do whatever it is to do up there. We were comfortable down at the bottom. I mean, this was a 5.5 hour excursion anyway, so we were comfortable. And although we didn't leave until 9 p.m., we were here for 15 hours. So in short, anyway, I'll wrap it up by saying, bucket list items completed. That was my second whale watching. Saw whales both days. I can't necessarily say that one was better than the other. I got to see whales. The regulations prohibited us from getting close to the whales, and the whales didn't really get close to us. So it wasn't like oh God, look, here's a whale. They didn't like jump out of the water or nothing. The tail came out of the water. So I saw that, and I just saw the whales. So I did what I set out to do, and here I saw the glacier. So until the next video, I hope you travel safely, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments.